Since Michelangelo.
I don't know. I still he's still kind of up here. But he was, interestingly enough, he was also an engineer. So he was trying to understand the engineering of the body, and he usually got it right. He didn't always, but even the universal man that we know, which is that we're the same width as we are height. What?
It's Da Vinci.
Oh, but it was his visual description of how stuff works. I mean, that's a lot of, I feel like, I got really excited that I was asked to do like IKEA drawings, like how you put those things together with that everybody dreads when you come home with the box. I mean, it's a little bit like medical illustration, like how stuff works. And it's kind of, I always felt like that's what Michelangelo, or I guess I'm thinking of Da Vinci, aren't I?
Yeah, but
I'm sorry.
Michelangelo, the big show at the Met that occurred was in the fall of last year. There were a lot of drawings that were of dissections.
I'm totally thinking of Da Vinci.
I'm also interested in fact, besides doing the drawings, which are basically two-dimensional, you do video. Because when I think of the heart, I don't think of it in two-dimension. I think of it as three-dimension, of beating and moving. And so, did you do videos of your art?
Well, there's I don't do animation, but there's so much animation out there, and also radiology has changed so much with CT and MRI, and that you can actually visualize the heart and its movement and the pulsing and the cardiac veins. And so from the information that's gotten out of radiology, you can do some phenomenal animations. I don't do that type of work, but I think that blows my mind, how technology allows us to understand and see.
I think we have time for one last question. Mine's kind of twofold though. I wanted to ask you about exactly your process. Like you said, sometimes you'll go into the surgery room, take pictures and sketches and stuff, and then you go and use software. So I wanted you to talk about your process, please. And then you brought up this idea of people in our weird collections, right?
Yeah.
The things that interest us that to other people are just like, what's wrong with them? But then they'll end up in museums and so forth. So
They become a museum.
They become a museum.
Yeah, like the Modern Museum in Philadelphia, which is an anatomical collection. It started as somebody's personal collection, and then he opened up a museum. Or this one that we keep talking about in Amsterdam, it was somebody's private collection that he created this museum for, because he's collected a lot of weird stuff.
So I'm thinking about you as an illustrator, somebody who is looking at this collection of things in the human body and different aspects of it, and then this exhibit as sci-fi, kind of looking at collections in humorous ways and objects and kind of the archaeology of it, and just your thoughts on that.
It's funny. I always my favorite tool is to go back to this. I like the way that the pencil feels, the tactileness of just pencil on paper. And when I was a kid growing up, as I was saying, this is what I would do. I brought it, I don't know why, but at some point I actually did a little etching, which is kind of like pencil on paper, only it's like different. But nowadays you can scan the pencil and keep the look, because I don't think you can get that with a stylus, that same sort of pencil sketching. So I'll do it as a pencil sketch and then scan it, and then from that embellish it with some of the different programs that are available. You can put a crazy background, a crazy sci-fi background, and still maintain the integrity of your sketch. So you can even change the pencil lines so they're different colors, and then paint within those. I think computers have really got, you could add a 3D aspect to it. I don't do that. I think the what is it, Michael?
Yeah.
I went and looked at his website, and he has a huge breadth of the different types of work that he's done. He's currently been working with just like these little pen strokes that I originally thought were actually textile, like that they were thread,
Yeah.
and they're not. They're actually like pen strokes, which I thought is fascinating. So, and that's more, it's got a little bit of mixed media in it. But I think it's really different for people who work with, well, I mean, there's, in the show, there's so many different medias, as far as drawing or collaging or working with glass or working with found objects. I kind of meant to talk about that a little bit as well, like the diversity of mediums that are in the show. Did that answer the question? I feel like I'm not answering the question.
Thank you. Okay, well, Kim, thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thank you.